Hello people, I'm gonna show you how to edit a game object component inside an custom editor window. For example, I'm gonna use this particle system editor here, and as you can see, a new object has been created. This game object had a particle system attached to it, as well as an audio source. How can I edit those components inside this custom editor window? It's very easy to do, and I'm gonna show you how to do this. Maybe you are wondering why I had to do a video explaining this, because if you try to create to use property fields to create editor windows selection of, for example, of this custom component that I made, this one calls the creation automatically of the vertical system and audio source when creating. Calls automatically for the attachment of those two components. Then, when I draw this custom component here on the editor window, the only thing that you can show, or that it's gonna show itself, is the selection of the selector of a game object that had that component attached. And that's a serious problem because you can't edit here on this window the component that are you importing here. For example, the particle system of the sound source, the audio source component. Then, how can I make this? How can I add this editor window here? And here, it's not a custom-made editor window. It's the same as the default editor that creates here on the inspector when you attach a component here on a game object. How can I add the same thing here? I'm not gonna show you it's the same things, because if I here on the editor window change, for example, gravity modifier, as you can see, the modifier is changing in the scene editor, in the preview here, and at the same time here the gravity modifier is changing too. See, it's the same, exact same proper game object that is shown here, and the component attached is the same, exact same one. How can I do that? It's very simple. First, you had to create you have to call the game object, and you have to call the game component. For example, I'm creating on runtime this game object, and later I'm adding this man anim effector component on him. Sorry. As you can see, only attaching this custom component is calling integration of the particle system and the sound source system of those two components. And 10, the game object is represented here, is shown here. This one is the one that is created. Automatically open this window. If I close this, the game object is closed. Is destroyed, sorry. Okay. 10. As you can see, the game object has created again. Okay. This is in order to create a prefab. Later I'm gonna add a button to create the custom prefab, but right now I only gonna show you how to create this editor window. It's very simple. Okay, you have the game object as a component attached. What you have to do is to call the component that you want to show on the custom editor window and on the custom editing way that the inspector have for those components. For example, particle system have this custom editor section on the inspector that it's come by default. Then you can call the construction of this same editor, and the keyword is editor here on the custom editor window. Then you can create that only by calling this editor dot on inspector git. That's all what you need. For example, I'm gonna hide this in order to show you that the editor of some sort, this fuente de sonido editor, is gonna disappear if I comment that line of code. Let's wait a little until this ended of refreshing. But it's only that. You need only to add this. But you have to create an editor window, custom editor for tab, property or custom component like this. This is the custom component. As you can see, it's an editor instant called editor fuente sonido. Create editor dot create editor, and you have to add the variable or the object of the component, the game object of the component. For example, this is the audio source here on the man anime effector. This is just only a property serializer here, and it's attached automatically to any game object that I add this man anime effector as an component. And this single line of code tells Unity editor to attach the component, the audio source editor, and this one, the particle system editor on inspector on inspector. Okay. Then this is a custom property. You have to make it here, add it here, and use it and add this serialize field mark. Okay, but you had not to do that obligatorily on or forcefully on on the editor, custom editor window that we are making. Sorry if you, sometimes I use words that are not on English, are more like Spanglish or something like that. Sorry, I'm not a native English speaker, native English speaker. Sorry, but the concept is simple. Just create a custom editor, add the variable that is the custom component, and then you call it here editor custom editor for the custom component on inspector GUI, and that single line of code recreates for example, let's close this particle. As you can see, there is not found, there is not editor here, no more. The editor of the sound system is still showing here, but here on this plate is not showing because it's not being created. I only need to add this single line of code editor on inspector GUI, and it created itself. Okay, I'm gonna save this, wait a little, close this and reopen it, and it's gonna have now the custom default editor for audio source. Then that's the simple way that the most simple way to do that. And I spent several hours over months trying to find a way to do that, and I really don't find it anywhere. But suddenly on the forum I found that you can add a custom editor for every single component, and that custom editor is called on inspector GUI, and the only thing that you have to do is to create the custom editor by default by itself. You only have to instantiate it and call on inspector GUI on the editor window, and that solves all. I'm making this video because I spent a lot of time trying to do this thing manually on every single custom editor window that I made. And really I spent a lot of time making this manually instead of making it automatically. Only call a single line of code and this one. Editor dot on inspector GUI. Custom editor dot on inspector GUI. That's all. You only have to create, as I showed you before, the editor window, passing as property here on the constructor the component object. That's all. You have only to pass here the component object. That's all what you have to do. Okay, you are wondering why this dude has this found out property and can scroll down over this. Can scroll over this property. Okay, that's because I use this code. I love these lines of code. But what creates the custom editor here is this single line of code. Everything else is only to fold out this, the fold and unfold this section, and the scroll view. That's all. Everything else here on these lines of code is for folding out holding and unfolding this section and scroll this section. That's all. The only line of code that really is useful is this one. Editor dot on inspector git. That's all. Okay, if you like these kinds of tutorials, please make a donation on PayPal on Patreon. Subscribe, comment, and if you have more questions, please leave a comment. I'm gonna answer it as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video. See you later and have a nice day.